The balcony silhouette everyone shared was not us. At 6:02 a.m., the city delivered my alleged affair to our phones in perfect chiaroscuro. A neighbor clipped it from a story. Another neighbor added a filter. A news bot put a watermark on the bottom right because theft loves branding. In the 32-second video, two silhouettes fuse against our balcony doors, him tall, her arched, a kiss that looked practiced and unashamed. The caption did the work cowardice always outsources. Reformer exposed. Myra stood at the foot of the bed with my phone in her hand and the world's bad intentions in her eyes, steady and patient and not yet cruel. She runs a tenants clinic that convinces buildings to behave like homes. I manage other people's fires and keep spare keys for doors that pretend to be problems. Between us, we don't scare easy. Between us, we still have to live here. Say it, she said. Honeysuckle, I said, adding our ridiculous password and loving its speed. The room snapped back to ours. We were home at midnight. We were home at 1. We were home at 2 when the oscillating fan clicked the way it clicks every 20th rotation, and Myra muttered that she was going to sue it for harassment. At 3, she rolled on top of me and taught my mouth to forget policy long enough to act like a human body again. None of that explains the kiss that everyone saw at 1:17 a.m., a kiss lit like myth and composed like confession across our glass. Myra scrubbed the clip until pixels admitted their fatigue. Backlight from the billboard, she said. The Verdant ad across the avenue changed campaigns after midnight. They put in a new module last week, the one Crown calls City Glow. And the silhouettes don't slide with the camera. They're keyed to the billboard's rhythm. Verdant projected us having sex to buy a variance, I said. That would be ambitious even for them. Or Murmur Labs borrowed Verdant's glow and sold it a story, she said. Check your messages. My phone buzzed, obedient, unknown number. Out of respect, consider skipping tonight, the text read. The chair hates spectacle. Sable at Murmur. Sable sells shortcuts as strategy. Tonight the commission would vote on Verdant's harbor deck overlay, another trick to reclassify 3 hotel floors as wellness micro-residences, which counts as housing if you own a yoga mat and say breathwork, without laughing. Myra had written the memo that made them nervous. I was slated to testify about Crown's lighting package that learns intimacy from a spreadsheet. A viral kiss would buy Verdant a month, and Sable a quote about process, delivered under canapes at Sky Lobby. Jono, Myra said, and we made coffee like triage. Jono lives above a bakery and keeps forensic software open the way some men keep faith. By 6:29, the silhouette sat on 2 screens, one cropped for shame, one expanded for mercy. He pulled frames, overlaid the Crown spec, and grunted. Not you, he said. Not her. This is luminance keying with a lookup table someone bought on Gumroad. See the billboard flicker. The ad switches every 9 seconds, but your kiss repeats every 8.5. Wrong beat. He zoomed on a seam along my shadow shoulder. Resize halo, he said. They upscaled a test silhouette someone recorded against a sheet and let the billboard's glow paint it onto your glass. And here, he circled the bottom edge, the reflection in the floor doesn't do what glass does. It's a layer without a reflection pass. Myra pointed at the horizon line. The streetlight on Henry, she said. It's out. It went last week. In the clip it's on. Pulled from a January test, Jono said. It rained that night. See the scatter here on frame 12. Crown's City Glow has a rain compensation curve. Last night's air was dry. My phone chimed again. A different unknown number this time, with a link to a cloud folder labeled Concerned Neighbors. Inside, half the block's phones, 15 angles of the same fused kiss, and a PDF of the harbor deck talking points with the line, "If opponents are distracted by personal matters, ask chair to defer for dignity." "Sky lobby again," Myra said. Kiera, head of experiences, picked up on the second ring and did the thing I respect most about her. She didn't pretend not to know. "I told Verdant last night we don't curate scandals," she said. "They said their brand is committed to conversation. I said conversation is what happens when strange men leave rooms. Bring everything. I'll bring the part I shouldn't have to." We stopped at the avenue because sometimes looking at the machine helps. Verdant's billboard glowed the way money glows when it believes itself new. Crown's logo winked smugly in the corner, tiny and sure we'd never notice. The faces on the ad smiled at health like it could be purchased whole. Across that spill, our glass glimmered with our morning, not our night. The silhouette was gone, as ghosts usually are by breakfast. "Someone ran an activation after midnight," Myra said, then gave the neighbors a folder and Sable a script. "And the chair a reason to be generous," I said. "She will not be." We knocked on 2 doors with the worst tags: Mrs. Alvarez, who believes everything at 6 a.m. and nothing after coffee, and Hipster Ellis, who believes nothing until it becomes an aesthetic. We showed the seam. We showed the rain compensation curve. We showed the off-street light and the repeating beat. We owe the city the courtesy of inviting it to be accurate. At home, Myra pressed me into the hallway and unbuckled me like she was cross-examining my belt. It wasn't obscene. It was policy. She climbed onto me and reminded my chest why its hinge exists. When she said, "Say it," I did. The stupid word works better than most legislation. Honeysuckle. By 9:30, the chair's aide had our packet. Kiera texted, "Sky Lobby Salon canceled." Crown's local manager posted a page titled "Clarification about City Glow," which is corporate for we were told to feel shame. Sable sent me a period. For her, it's contrition. We had 40 minutes before microphones and the brief phenomenon of Mercy Hobbies. Myra pushed her hair into a knot that means she intends to remember every word she says. I printed Jono's frames. The cat posted a photo of himself on the block thread. We allowed it to live. The chamber room was full of people whose mouths know what public means. Verdant's counsel said vibrant. He said wellness. He said micro-residences as if architecture could be a breath. The chair looked like a woman who owns the calendar and is tired of having to prove it. "Mr. Hale," she said. I held up the sweetly stupid kiss. "This is a trick," I said. "Crown, City Glow paints the world with ads. Murmur Labs painted my balcony with a kiss to sell a delay. The beat is wrong for the billboard. The reflection is wrong for glass. The streetlight is wrong for last night. The only thing right in this clip is how much some people want us to be uninteresting when the agenda finally is." Myra followed me with the kind of voice that makes microphones decide to work. "Clinic first," she said. "Escrow with teeth. Cameras that go blind within a block of any door marked clinic. And an ordinance that bans staged intimacy, composited, proxied, or otherwise, from public process. If you bring us a salon when we asked for a vote, we will bring you rain." Kiera stood in the well and committed a small betrayal of professionalism. I will admire her for forever. "Sky Lobby does not curate viral kisses," she said. "Our ad server has been turned off. We will not be hosting a conversation tonight. We apologize for saying the word conversation when we meant spectacle." Sable did not clap. She did not smirk either. She watched the room like she wanted to keep learning how to lose better. "We vote," the chair said. The overlay failed. The ordinance we write again and again passed. Escrow lands before a single tax credit meets a single wellness unit. Crown's City Glow. is illegal in any development agreement touching housing. Cameras must go blind near care, and a petty, perfect line for the ages. No staged intimacy in pursuit of public approvals. After, in the alley where rooms go to remember they are real, Sable leaned on Brick like she'd invented the material. "You cost me a neat deliverable," she said to Myra, not petulant, operational. "You cost me 1 hour of sleep," Myra said. "Return the hour." Sable smiled at me in that way she does that makes me wonder what she was like at 13, dangerous, lonely, prolific. "You could have sat out," she said. "I don't do dignity on demand," I said. "You do tedium," she said. "We do durability," Myra said, and took my wrist and put my hand on her hip in the middle of a baffled pigeon's mourning. Kiera texted a photo of the billboard turned off, a rectangle of honest gray. "Small victory," she wrote, "big apology." We walked home with our fingers in each other's back pockets because rumor loves a parade and we like to pick the route. On the thread, Mrs. Alvarez posted a recipe and a benediction. "Some shadows lie. Come for a roast con leche at 8. Hipster Ellis posted a photo of the broken streetlight being repaired and wrote, "Public Works is punk." We taped the frames inside the cupboard with the other ugly receipts, door logs, QR menus, lipstick tubes that weren't ours, a napkin from a salon we canceled by existing. Not trophies, a topography of traps. Later in our blue late, Myra lay across me and put her ear where my chest tells the truth in a language older than law. "Do you forgive me for the half blink?" she said, before the word did its spell. "I forgive us both," I said. "The point of a good lie is to find who still blushes." "You blush," she said. "Only when you cross-examine me like that," I said. "There will be more shadows," she said. "There will be," I said. "Bring your knot, bring the fan, bring your mouth, we'll be fine. If anyone ever forwards you a silhouette of me misbehaving, check the beat. If anyone tells you I had company on my balcony, ask the pigeons. And if anyone wants to know where I actually was, tell them to wait for the 20th click of our stupid fan and listen for the word a grown man uses when he refuses to let a billboard define him. It's not pretty. It is ours."